Hello and welcome to Taste May Vary. This is just a real quick video today, and I apologise in advance for the complete absence of decent shot quality, sound editing or everything else. I've just knocked this one up quickly for a friend who had what appeared to me to be one of the poorest looking vegan bacon sandwiches, and I was determined to find out whether or not that was true. Okay, I hope the rest of the video pleases you. Enjoy. We're just looking for vegan bacon alternatives today. So what we got? Chicken strips. I mean, I was already seeing them. We're just making sure I'm not missing any, but I think it's just those three they've got. Veg burgers, sausages, smorgasbord. Okay, looks like we're looking at, yep, Richmond, Plant Pioneers, or This Is Bacon. I think it is fair to say those are our choices. So they are respectively £2, £2.50 and £3. Good, let's find out. If you're doing a bacon roll or a bacon sandwich, obviously you need to go crusty, but I think given how many we're going to make, we might not pick up the usual pack of crusty rolls. I think we'll go for the crusty loaf. Oh, and while we were there buying stuff, I found some corn vegetarian bacon for £1.75, so we'll be giving that a whirl too. Okay, we're home with our purchases, so just to go through them again. This is the corn vegetarian bacon. We got the Richmond meat-free smoked bacon rashers. This isn't bacon, plant-based rashers, and the smoky bacon rashers by Plant Pioneers, which I believe is a Sainsburys only thing. In terms of not looking like bacon, obviously, or looking like bacon, the corn is, I would say, not trying. It looks more like kind of their rashers of ham. I'd say that the Richmond meat-free is going for a seriously bacon look. I think this isn't bacon, probably is one that looks even less like it. That looks more like, from the looks of the packaging, it looks more like kind of, I'm not sure, but it's darker and it certainly doesn't look like bacon at all. And then there's a bit of bacon about the Plant Pioneers bacon rashers, but I'm going to say that's not too much like them. We've got our oil. We have made our bread up front, and we have, obviously, because I'm not a heathen in terms of bacon sandwiches, HP sauce. So we shall start cooking and we'll have a look. I think we'll talk through the how much they're like bacon, which one tastes the best, and see how we get on. And now here we are outside the packet. So just to go through these now, so you can see what looks the most like bacon on a plate. I'm going to say the Richmond is really trying to look like bacon there. There's no question. This isn't bacon. Looks nothing like bacon at all. It's like, I don't know, just kind of plant-based something. It's not the greatest shot, but there you go. The Plant Pioneers from Sainsburys, the bacon rashers, they are very much like they don't look a lot like bacon, and they got some kind of sauce on them. Maybe that's to flavour them up. And obviously the corn there, nothing like bacon at all. As I say, looks more like ham actually, if anything. But I'm going to say the ones that look least is this isn't bacon. But let's find out and cook up and find out how we go. We'll start doling them out, and we'll go through each of the sandwiches one by one. Okay, let's start with a This Is and see what we get. Turn the grill off there so you can actually hear what I say. Well, it doesn't taste like bacon. If I'm honest, it doesn't taste like much of anything. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. But there's just really, if I'm honest, not a lot of actual pretty flavourless. I'm surprised. I thought there would have been more of a flavour to it there. Because again, it's soya, you know, and they really did split themselves. I mean, the packaging was at the top end of the market and so on. Not bad at all. Not anything at all. I'm going to quickly show you the Plant Pioneers as I put it together, just because it sort of sits as a whole solid piece. It really quite dried out, that. We'll see how that comes up. So this one is the Plant Pioneers from Sainsburys, the 8 smoky bacon rashers thing, but you can see it sort of sits outside, which obviously bacon itself, unless you'd really cooked it, would be flopping all over the edge. Now I'm going to say that tastes even less like bacon or anything than the this is. But it's got quite a nice crunch to it. That's not bad at all. It's I'd say the word I'm going to use for that one is decent. It doesn't taste anything like bacon, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it doesn't taste much like anything at all again. I actually think that's made me look slightly more kindly on the this isn't bacon rashers as it goes. It's not bad, it's just okay. Okay, sandwich number 3. We're looking to the Richmond now. Again, same issue that we had with the Plant Pioneers, in that it just sits as great big kind of solid crosses, so you'd have to fold them up a bit, because they're quite solid. But again, this one doesn't look the most like bacon, so let's find out what we're going to get. That's not bad. That's got a bit of a salty kick to it that tastes a bit like bacon. So if you're trying to go for something that's more like bacon, I think this probably... Again, you're not going to confuse it with bacon. That's definitely the one that comes off the most like a bacon alternative, as opposed to just a nice tasting food. A little bit of saltiness, decent texture. Yeah, I'm going to say that's pretty. That's about as close as they've gotten so far. Anyone's gotten so far to being like bacon, that one, and it looks a bit like bacon too. So that one's up there for that. And lastly, let's go with the good old Quorn. Poor old Quorn, the original and still around. Obviously, it didn't look anything like bacon, but it does again sit outside. But it's not. It's still those kind of ham-style rasher things that are going on. Yeah. The other doesn't. It's just like Quorn's always didn't taste of much at all, really. Not bad, but again, I mean, it's only vegetarian as well. Whereas I think, unless I'm much mistaken, all of the others were vegan. So if you're a vegan, then you're not gaining anything much here. Actually, this isn't bacon. Doesn't say it's vegan. Come to think of it, so I'm not sure whether it is or not. Doesn't seem to have anything in it that would say it's not. I don't see anything on the back there. But yep, okay, we're going to say that's vegan as well. And I think the Plant Pioneers definitely is. So yeah, this is the only one that's not. And that's by far the least. So I'll just finish this off and then we'll have a little roundup. While the water's running for the washing up, I just thought I'd have a quick look at the nutrition information here. Saturated fat is something that I have to worry about. So I've done these in order of how much saturate there is per 100 grams here, as far as I can tell. I'm never the greatest at reading these things, but certainly for 100 grams of rashers, Richmond's looking at 11 grams of fat with 1 gram of saturated fat. And these are all in different formats, which doesn't make things easy to read, but your Plant Pioneers is looking per 100 grams at 21.1. So actually, I think that's higher. That's actually got more higher, and saturate's 6.1. So I think that's going to be, yeah, that's actually higher. So I take that back. Plant Pioneers coming in off worse there. Your Quorn is 5.2 and 0.5 of saturated fat. And then last but not least, amazingly, that this is bacon, which, if according to this, is 1.2 grams of fat, of which saturated is 0.3, with carbohydrates of 14, and the carbohydrates here were 3, so the carbs go up a lot, 12.7 even, but your and 4.9 for the Richmond, but your saturated fat is massively reduced on well, this is, sorry, let me just focus in there. So yeah, winners and losers there. I'm sure you'll all work out what what's important to you. But there's the 4 packet backs, and hopefully you can freeze frame where you need to. I'll just kind of do a slow pan across them so you can have a quick look and work out what it is you want to focus on. I apologise for my total incompetence when it comes to nutrition information, but it does seem to me that for my purposes that this is the best. What have we learned? Well, I think if I was going to have them one again and I was going to eat another sandwich, I'm afraid, having initially been kind of disappointed, the order of I would go in is I'd probably have a this isn't bacon first. Doesn't taste anything like bacon, but actually rather nice in its own way. It's perfectly, certainly was the one that I, on hindsight, I would want to try again. Then the Richmond, that's the one that I'd say tastes the most like bacon if you're going to try and get a bacon alternative, but actually I kind of enjoyed this more with having gone back over them again. Then the Plant Pioneers, I thought that was very decent. It's a bit meh, doesn't do much. And then poor old Quorn, quite a long way behind. Literally can't barely remember what that tasted like. And I did go back and have another rasher of each just to make sure I wasn't being overly unfair. So, yeah, in my rankings here, it's This Isn't Bacon, then the Richmond, then the Plant Pioneers, then the Quorn. But tastes may vary. Okay, thanks very much.